Hey, what's up, guys? This is gonna be my first kind of video tutorial thing. Actually, my second. I did one right before this, and it was kind of a little long and messy. So, in the future, I'll be doing like live cookups and stuff like that. I tried to do one, it ended up dragging out. So, what I'm gonna do is pull up like a beat that I did make and kind of show you how I put it together and the ins and outs. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. All right, so here's the beat. I put it out on YouTube probably like 2 or 3 days ago. B Miller. B Miller. So yeah, that's basically the gist of the beat. There's also a little 808 that comes in down a little further down, but just to show you how like the structure of it. So right here I got a sample actually off Splice, and it depends. Sometimes I'll make a loop, or I'll like make my melody, or I'll just find one. It just kind of depends on uh, what I'm feeling and how I'm feeling. Um, so that muted is I didn't really do too much to it. I don't think I even pitched it or anything. I might have sped it up. The original loop was at 70 BPM, but I put it up at 75 just to give it a little more pace, a little better pace to it. So the second pattern I put in was this. I think it was just a hi-hat, classic, you know. It's more of like a lo-fi type snare too. More of a lo-fi type snare, so it works. Um, Hi-hats. Try to give it that rhythm to it of that old school feel. I actually I don't know if you can hear me if it's cutting out when the beat is playing, but try to give it like an old school type of rhythm and feel to it. And I actually turned up the swing on this, so it can give it more of like that da 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 da. Um, Not a lot of people use this, but I use it sometimes, especially on slower BPMs, just to kind of give it that bounce. So if you hear it, da, 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 da. But when you turn down the swing, da, 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 da. So instead of going da, 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 it goes da, 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 da. So the swing kind of helps with that kind of, back and forth bounce. Oh, turn this off. We go to the next pattern. Pick. Maybe I should build this out too. Okay. So here's with the what's it called? Let's see. Snare. Added that. The snare. I'm just gonna add it as I go for now on. You can already tell like just from that it already is like half done. And then I added the kick, which is coming up right now. Here's with the whole beat. And then you got these. I don't even know what this is. I made this beat like a few days ago, so. Oh, that's just some percussion. So when you add it in with the hi-hats, you have just... Oh, well, that's not the hi-hat. Just gives it a little bit more variety, dynamics. I don't know if you heard that, but all I said was it just gives it a little more variety and dynamics when you have like a little bit of percussion in there. That's same with this. Turn on this hi-hat. And then last but not least, the 808. I use an Omnisphere bass, so that's and then the only sound that I added was maybe some texture. So I gave it like some ambient type pad. I just kind of came across. Oh, and then this, I had this muted the whole time. But this is basically the automation for the EQ. So basically when the hook is playing, the whole sound is playing, like of the sample. So if you hear it, I usually do this with samples just because it gives it, I can only work with so much because the sounds aren't like broken down and I can't really like change up the melody. So I'll just add like a filter to kind of give it a little more. So when you hear it, you can hear when it filters out the actual melody or the sample. So I'm not really gonna get too much into like the mixing side of things right now, just because I wanna, you know, do it piece by piece. I don't want to make one video too long. That's pretty much the gist of the beat, you know. Once you get like the hi-hat, the kick, the 808, you know, the main melody, you can even have a counter melody or a pad or something. That's pretty much it, you know. I don't really try to put too much in it, so.
Yo,
what's up?
what's good?
Not much. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you have any questions, just leave any comments below. Subscribe, and yeah, we'll be in touch. Peace.